Being a pastor is weird. I'm being monitored for faults and my failures. Popular pastor Jerry Eze cries out. Hello everyone, you're so much welcome. In the year 2020, that's the year of the COVID, one of the pastors that out of nowhere decided to reign over the social media space, especially in the Christendom area, of consistent every morning prayer. You know what I'm talking about. No one else but Pastor Jerry Eze. This man just came, and I think this man should do a master class in consistency. Anybody can do anything at any point, but the ability to stay consistent, to still be giving value, whether you feel like even showing up or you don't feel like showing up, but still showing up at the same time. Omo, that is the gift for success. So, especially the kind of world where we dey now. Anything where you choose to do, you no go know say na work you start. But the moment you decide to keep putting it out, come rain, come shine, morning, afternoon, night, without stopping, omo, now that thing they call consistency, and that is the way to success and wealth. Now, this man who rarely speaks, he's a man of few words. Forget the fact that in his prayer session, he can speak 1 billion words in just 10 minutes. That is when he's doing his thing of prayer. But apart from that, he's not somebody who talks a lot. He's very quiet. He doesn't really do interview. In fact, we can count the number of interviews he has done and all of that. But for the one of the few times he has chosen to speak about the difficulties he's facing as a pastor. In a statement, he expressed his thoughts on the often looked challenges that pastors face, particularly in Nigeria and around the world. Say, when person don't be pastor, we just feel say they don't get any problem. Their life just is selling. They can't make any mistakes, But na lie. He described his journey as weird, citing instances in which he invested his heart and soul into people who later pretended it didn't exist. Kai, the way I dey read am sef, I dey feel the man pain. That, you put so much, his heart, his soul, into other people, maybe by praying for them, fasting for them, and all those kind of things. But later, they go just shank am, do as if say they don't know him. He spoke of the hours he spent in counseling people, deliverance sessions, only to have those he assisted disregard or even delete him from their lives. Eh? Wow. The pastor also remarked on the irony of being publicly slandered by people he had honored. Pé àwọn ẹlòmíì wà tóun ti honour publicly, tóun ti gbé sórí pedestal. Pé but lẹ́yìn báyìí, they are doing him shege. Pastor Jerry also explained how different people perceive the same sermon. What may be life-changing for one person may be boring or even anger-inducing for another. Òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ni nǹkan tí pastor yìí sọ. Ṣé mo pé if a pastor is preaching, while that thing is talking about might be like, oh my God, this man is saying exactly what my problem is. Oh, he's talking to me directly from God. That same thing that some people are saying like that to some other people. Wọ́n lè rò pé kí ló ń sọ tí ò make sense yìí. Or kó kàn máa bí wọn ní pé how would the pastor say that? Because that is not the way it's for me. And it will just cause anger. That we can verify. Just the way we look at, different content on social media. While some people will do their videos, drop it. And some will just be angered. Maybe you don't share the same perspective. While some people will be like, oh, yes, I think I agree with what you're saying, this and this and this and this. That now so life be. He emphasized the expectations placed on religious leaders in terms of their lifestyle, such as being labeled materialistic and greedy if they own nice things, but unsuccessful or not blessed if they live modestly. Eléyìí fi hàn wípé once you're a pastor, there's an expectation that the society is looking up to for you. Tó o bá wà flashy, tó o bá wà tó o bá wà well packaged, let's put it like that. Wọ́n ní materialistic ni, nǹkan ayé ló ń lé, this and this and this. Whereas if you just look modest, as in nothing extra, no fashionable, something, hey, wahala again. He also mentioned the personal sacrifices that pastors make such as the constant demand for their time, that people are always asking for their time, their money, and resources. This is very, very true. In fact, sometimes I just wonder how some pastors manage, because some people will just call you at 1 a.m. when you are just, maybe you just put your head to your pillow to sleep. That, pastor, please pray for us. So I saw Kineko in my dreams. Oh, and Kineko happened to the Kineko in the house. Yo, and you have to just pray with them at that time. You can't afford to ignore. Some even say, their children have not gone to school, or there's no money for them to eat in the house. And what will you go do? You go put hand for pocket to give them. He also mentioned the criticism they receive when they set boundaries to maintain their mental health and family life, which is often perceived as selfish. But, when he decides to set boundaries, like, okay, or maybe after 6 p.m., please, no calls and everything. When Pastor, it's arrived, I caught today, he's not accessible anymore. We, the people that got him up there, now he's not talking to us anytime we want to talk to him. Despite these difficulties, Pastor Eze revealed that the role of a pastor is ultimately fulfilling and life-changing, particularly when viewed as a service to God. Pé lẹ́yìn gbogbo rògbòdìyàn tóun dá lẹ̀ yìí, pé role pastor is still very, very important, and there's this feel good feeling táwọn máa ń ní pé I'm doing this as a service to God. Shikina. Now let's take a look at this. This man really talks, like I said, he really grants interviews, he really drops this kind of post. But for him to drop it, he has to take care of his mental health. I know how it feels when you invest in somebody. Maybe you've been praying for the person, you've been fasting all of a sudden, but yeah, I'm fast for you. Or work out. Or block here. Àbí kéèyàn kan wá ń sìn kó gbé problem ẹ̀ dé pé we need 500,000 pastor. Wọ́n tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pastor bóyá gbogbo tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ bóyá lọ́wọ́ 510,000. And they'll be expecting you to be the Messiah. You know how some people feel entitled. So I don't envy them. Honestly, I do not envy pastors, because that they are calling, if it's not from God, person feel quench. Person feel peme, person feel quench. But for those who truly serve God, who sees their service, it doesn't mean that they will not feel what Pastor Jerry is feeling. Make we say the truth to ourselves. Even if you love doing something, or you are called to do something, it doesn't mean you won't tire out at some point. So he's free to express himself because of his mental health. Pastor not only mental health, so but cater for now. He has his own wife, he has his own children, he has his own family, and everybody wants to have access to him. So he's feeling that sometimes they are not appreciated enough, and that people are always looking for his faults, and it's true. Just about preach, he told that, go viral. Just about some content that being paid kini by bagbas from different corners of the world. That is the life they've chosen to walk in. So we can only pray for grace, because a lot of people have been blessed with this N-S-P-P-D. What God cannot do does not exist. He has really done so much, not just for Nigerians, but across the world. And you need to see him go for conferences and workshops and see how people appreciate him from corners of the world. And honestly, this man, let's give him his flowers. At least he has been able to stay off controversies. He has focused on his focus. And we can only pray for him. So fi hàn wípé gbogbo ala ní mental health and manage. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti pé nǹkan fẹ́ choke yàn, when something is choking you or you're feeling somehow, express yourself. Express yourself. Life no hard. So for Pastor Jerry Eze, we know as a man of God say the thing no easy. The pot we want do we want warm pepper. In bum go hot. Ìkòkò tó bá máa jẹ ata, ìdí ẹ̀ máa gbóná. But God will give you the grace to keep going. So please, let us support these people, and because nothing is easy in this life where we do so. To be an ordinary person, they do your own thing yourself in your own lane self. Easy. How much more you can't be pastor where you go passport different people with different orientation from different families, different tribes, different financial background. So we can only pray for them. What's your opinion on this? Please drop it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.